Hey friends, it's Josh coming to everyone with a tarot snapshot. I haven't been on here doing videos in a while. Been dealing with a bunch of shows, which is a wild thing to be able to say that. I've been on stage, I've been doing shows, I've been doing private shows, I've been doing one-on-one readings. So I've been very, very busy. I wanted to take a little bit of time today to do one of these. The tarot snapshot, using tarot cards to find out where we're at in this moment, find out what is vexing and perplexing us, and to also find out what heals and reveals. When I use the word us, I'm using that for basically anybody that's watching this video. So this is sort of a collective reading. Insight for me, insight for the people that might stumble across this video and watch it at any given time. But I have a new deck that I want to share with folks. Just for fun, and my husband thought I'd like it, and I do like it. The Disney Villains Tarot deck. So today's tarot snapshot is happening with the Disney Villains Tarot deck. I've got the deck here, and it's been a lot of fun. I don't know a lot of these characters, so there's going to be that amount of fun diving into their stories, who they are, and what they have to offer as tarot messages. Really important for me to say that I am a medium, so I do speak with spirit. I do speak with the spirits of the beloved dead and our ancestors. Not everybody is that, though. Not everybody has that ability. Everybody does have intuition. Everybody is connected to their very own spirits, and everybody can read tarot. So everybody has a little bit of access to all of this. So I want to shuffle 3 times and show you how you can take a deck of cards, tarot, oracle, you can take runes, you can take any of that stuff and turn it into a way for you to find insight at any time. So this is all about empowering you. I'm going to take this deck, shuffle 3 times. I do like the feel of these cards. They do have a nice feel. They're not too stiff. That is something that plays into it when you shuffle them quite a bit. And I don't know how much I'll actually use this deck. I do have some standard ones that I use all the time, but who knows? We're going to dive into it and see what the message is for today. Okay. This card right here represents all of us. Let's read this. Okay, I love this. This is the Hermit card. Now, I don't know who this character is, pardon me, but I am going to look it up in this guidebook. This is Michael Yagubian. Isolates himself from the world for decades after a personal disappointment. So I'm not sure what cartoon he comes from. But he is the Hermit. All right, and this is all about alone time. This is very funny. I just talked to a friend yesterday about taking some alone time, how I'd been kind of hermiting. I'd been spending a lot of time in the public eye dealing with people, doing readings and, group readings and that sort of stuff. And it exhausts me. It exhausts me. Just dealing with people can be exhausting, absolutely. So in response to that, I've had to take a few days to withdraw. I've had to take a few days to myself. I've had to take a few days just driving, getting away from everybody, everything, staying away from my cell phone, not being online a lot. It's just been important in my own personal wellness. And I think that a lot of us can agree with that sometimes it just takes a lot of energy to be on, to have that game face, to show people ourselves, or to show people the version of ourselves that we think they need. If we're in a family setting, we're a different person than we are if we're in a professional setting or in a social setting. The Hermit card is asking us that no matter how tired we are, that we do make that time. We have to make that time, because if we don't, we have a breakdown. So this card right here is the card that vexes and perplexes us. The Moon card. So we have some major arcana cards here, some major cards. I love this. So the Moon card, let me see. Again, another character that I don't know. Yzma. Serves as a long-standing advisor to Emperor Cusco. Okay, so the Moon card is about being under the influence, and I like to think of it as the werewolf card, that we are under the influence of something. Could actually be drugs and alcohol, could be emotions, could be obligations, could be other people. Other people and relationships can absolutely have us under the influence. So here we are, the Hermit. We're under the influence of something. We're not feeling ourselves. We've recently, astrologically gone through an eclipse season. The moon has an effect on us. The stars and the planets have an effect on us. This is asking us what is having an effect on us right now. If we can identify it, maybe we can't. But if we can identify it, we can isolate it, understand it, treat it, and do what we can to better deal with it. So ask yourself right now, what are you under the influence? What is making you feel like not yourself? The moon turns the person into the werewolf. What has got you being a werewolf? And what has got you feeling like you need to withdraw from the world? Okay. Now this card is what heals and reveals. The Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so Pentacles being of the earthly element. I love that. So I'm going to go in here, and I was expecting another major card, but I didn't get that. So we're going to look at the Three of Coins, if you will, Three of Pentacles. And okay. Just as Scar has help from his hyena henchman, the Three of Coins is a reminder that success often depends on your ability to collaborate and cooperate. I like this card because it generally shows, like empty stained glass in a church or a cathedral. Like, we're here and we have to put some color to it, or we have to add to the cathedral or build. So there is this sense of coming together and building. Interesting, right? Interesting that we would be the hermit, we would be under the influence, and then we have this card of what heals and reveals. This is saying come together. It's not necessarily the Three of Cups in terms of being social, but there is this sense of coming together and creating. So perhaps it wasn't appropriate for me to isolate myself away. I can't say that that's true. I really felt like that's what I had to do. But we can't stay isolated forever. So in terms of that, the friend that I was talking to yesterday saying, I really feel like a hermit, it really was, hey, we got to get together. We got to do something. I'm feeling like I need to go out and kind of be fun and step away from being the label that I carry. And I think it's really important for folks to see that too, that the hermit, when we step away from society, when we step away from our responsibilities and obligations, we're also stepping away from our labels. Labels of brother, father, son, husband, daughter, sister, mother, wife, any of those labels that we carry. We've got to take a time to step away from those labels. Something that I often say to moms, I usually deal with, sit with women. Something that I say to moms is that if you want to be the best mother, if you want to be the best wife, it's vital that you take ample time away from being those things. So in the way that I want to be the best psychic, I want to be the best husband, I want to be the best father, I want to be the best everything, I have to take time away from being those things so I can sustain myself, so I can get the energy up to be those things, because it does take energy. When you have to isolate yourself, when you have to pull away from the world, don't you dare apologize, because that's what we often do. We often feel bad about not shouldering the burdens. We often feel bad about not making it through all of what is expected of us. Sometimes we have to take a step back to fill the cup up. If that's appropriate for you, remember, sometimes it's just an afternoon, sometimes it's an evening, sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a 3-day weekend. But I want you to imagine, and I'm talking to the people here that have all sorts of responsibilities and obligations. Let's talk to the parents here. I want you to imagine, moms, dads, that could you take a weekend off? Could you take a weekend off? Do you have this? You might not, but do you have the support network where you can take a 3-day weekend, go rent an Airbnb, go to a hotel, go to an inn, go to a friend's house, go to a family member's house, and get the hell away from everything 2 days, and then come back and be fully refreshed? Give it some thought, and I think you'll see that it was well worth it. Take care of yourselves up there. Thanks for watching.